In her 2016 concession speech, Hillary Clinton vowed to champion the cause of women in politics.
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
Well, she clearly thought about running again in 2020. No one in her orbit wanted her to, and so far she stayed out. But she seems to be determined to remain in the public eye. And so this week, Hillary Clinton and her daughter, Chelsea, who's incredibly impressive, she went to Stanford, unlike you, will be releasing a new book honoring, quote, gutsy women.
The Book of Gutsy Women is filled with essays that are reflections of our feelings about these women, what we think about them.
We always need this book because we think it's always a good time to be celebrating and learning from and being inspired by gutsy women.
It's been exciting. It's been frustrating. I think it's been particularly frustrating for Chelsea.
I wouldn't trade you for anything.
Not even for a laptop.
Tammy Bruce is the president of Independent Women's Voice and hosts Get Tammy Bruce on Fox Nation, which is reason enough to subscribe to the service, and she joins us tonight. So, Tammy, explain for me, if you could, why I felt physically nauseous watching the clip we just played.
You aren't the only one. This is watching these two women on their perch of progressive privilege, making a determination about who is worthy of being spoken about or written about. You know, if they had any guts, which they don't, they would write a book about the greatness of Margaret Thatcher. That is undeniable. It's clearly a political position that they have not necessarily agreed with. But part of being a great leader is being able to recognize the value of other people, but certainly of feminism. It's supposed to be about all women and opening the doors to whomever we want to become and whatever we want to do for a living. But of course, as you've said throughout the show, you know, you're talking about a lot of people who are frauds. Right? They're not what they say they are. And this is a good example of that. So, of course, they'll highlight people that they agree with. They will not highlight, women like Margaret Thatcher or Melania Trump, who the entire feminist movement has worked very hard to ignore. They are the mean girls, celebrating themselves. So it doesn't take much guts to be there and to experience and enjoy your progressive privilege, to have that protection, that largesse, and to look to put your nose up and sniff at everyone else. But it's also a message, Tucker, about who really counts. That you will only count if they, you know, touch you and decide that you're a person who's worthy of their attention. They are passé. They are, of course, an example of what is not feminism and what women should not become. And that is why Hillary Clinton did not win. And we will have a woman president, and that woman will be conservative, and she will do a good job being the president.
I think that's a prediction that is likely to come true. So really quick, what's the point of this? I mean, these are two women who have had, you know, a lot of success doing, I'm not exactly sure what, but they made a ton of money. They're rich as hell. They don't need this. Why are they doing it, do you think?
It is certainly for the attention. But, you know, Chelsea is going to need to have a job, and she's not going to, you know, want to work in a corporation, I'm sure, or go somewhere 9 to 5 like most Americans. They expect Chelsea to take on that mantle because, you know, they do see this country as a company that they should have inherited. And now they're working very hard to make sure the undeserving, those who do not conform to the liberal agenda, are pushed aside. And I think that this is more than anything. This is about Chelsea. Of course, she will be disappointed. Chelsea has the potential, I suppose, of delivering, but only if she becomes, I think, her own person and herself is willing to challenge the status quo that her parents and Democrats like her have moved forward for now a couple of generations. She could be the one who breaks out. I would love to see that, but I don't expect it.
No. Yeah. I mean, she went to Stanford and worked at a hedge fund, so obviously she's brilliant.
And she was on TV for a little while. Yeah.
Take a look at her Twitter feed sometime. It's amazingly revealing. Tammy, great to see you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.